WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
Is now awarded.
Live in the studio.
It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
Good morning. Welcome in to the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Brought to you by Kessler Prime and the Renaissance. From the bone-in ribeye to the escargot. And, of course, they've got Elijah Craig bourbon. Pair it with an Elijah Craig Old Fashioned, the official bourbon of the Out of Bounds Show, or award-winning Elijah Craig bourbon. The barrel pick that we picked out in Louisville, Kentucky in August should drop at Briarwood Wine and Spirits in the next few weeks. We'll let you know about that, too. It's going to be delicious. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. We welcome in Matt Moscona, ESPN Baton Rouge, Afternoon Drive, LSU Insider. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Matt, you've been covering LSU and the SEC for a long time. Have you ever experienced what you've been going through the last 6 weeks with everything that's been going on since Lane was hired?
But I'm still focused on the bone-in ribeye, the escargot, and the Elijah Craig barrel. You kidding me? How you can start my day like that and then try to ask me about football or something? Man?
I love it.
I mean, you're like my brother from another. You are speaking my language. Anyway,
Amen.
No, and I would even take it back further to from the day Brian Kelly got fired to now, it has been, and this is my 19th season covering LSU, and I've been around LSU my whole life. I don't mean this to be hyperbole. I've never been around anything quite like this. And there was a lot of off the field stuff that followed this search. You know, the governor storyline and all that transpired. LSU hiring a new president and AD. I mean, it was a whirlwind time. But you know, Lane, as you all know, Lane is an ecosystem all to himself, unlike anything else probably in college football. Everything he touches is interesting and it booms, and you know, LSU is a place that, you know, LSU is a big brand, and there's a lot of people interested in this pro. It's just the way it is. But Lane has added gasoline to that fire in a way unlike I've ever seen.
What was your initial reaction when Lane is trying to nail down the commitment and signing of Sam Leavitt from Arizona State, and you see him tweet a picture at the Knoxville, Tennessee airport, Matt?
Well, that was a really aggressive play, and it was something that he needed to do because, Bo, they screwed it up here, man. Like, when remember, Brennan Sorsby signed with Texas Tech, and you know, Leavitt had taken his visit to Kentucky, and then Kentucky flipped Kenny Minchie. So really, LSU and Leavitt were the only dance partners left, and LSU was pushing for his commitment. And by the end of his visit on that Tuesday, he was ready to commit. Well, I think there were very real concerns about the Lisfranc injury, and so when DeMond Williams went in the portal, they kind of took their eye off the ball. And the way I describe it is, it's like they were on a date with a pretty girl, and it was going really well, and then another pretty girl walked in the restaurant, and they got up from the table and went to go holler at the other girl. Mm-hmm. Well, and it's really hard to go back to the table if she rejects, you know what I mean?
I love it.
And so he, like, Lane getting on that plane and going to Knoxville was I don't know if he went to beg, borrow, plea, whatever, but I mean, it was a really aggressive play, like some serious rom-com energy to go meet him at the airport. But it showed their desire, and I think ultimately LSU and Sam Leavitt are a really good match. If he's healthy, he can help. You know, he'll be able to achieve everything that he wants individually and the team goals and all that stuff. But I think it just goes to show you the level to which Lane Kiffin is committed to building this roster into a championship roster. And I mean, they got the number one quarterback in the portal, man. It says a lot.
Dude, the guy, what a transformation the last 15 years with this guy. And you're right. We lived it. I know you're right here on the border, and LSU plays Ole Miss and for the most part Mississippi State every year, and we'll play both of them next year. but he is on point. You know what's great, Matt? The guy's up at like 4:30 in the morning, 5 a.m. tweeting. You talk to people in Alabama, as I know you have too, and he couldn't get to a 7:30 meeting on time when he was working for Nick Saban. I mean, the transformation is really incredible, Moscona.
I don't, and the thing, Bo, like I don't know Lane, right? Like he's been on my radio show. I've interviewed him at media days and press conference and all, but I can't say that he and I have ever like had personal interactions or anything like that. So I'm still learning him. I mean, I know what I saw from afar, but that's different than when you're covering someone in a program day to day. But it was interesting because even like when LSU would play Ole Miss, if our radio station did like a game score graphic and we put Lane's face on the graphic, we knew it would blow up just because it was Lane. But even that I'm learning is minuscule compared to just the lightning rod he is and everything. But you're right. The level of commitment and maybe how that contrasts with Brian Kelly, who really had delegated so much of that responsibility throughout his program. I don't know that Kelly would have been getting on a plane to go see a recruit in Knoxville. And I don't mean that as a criticism. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but I think it just shows the different approach that both of these coaches have and how they're trying to build a program. And so far, I mean, they haven't played a game yet, and ultimately that's what it'll all come down to. But wins and losses. But so far, I mean, everything you thought you were getting with Lane Kiffin, he's delivered.
Okay, I want to piggyback off that. Matt Moscona, LSU insider, does a great job covering LSU on the show. He exposed himself by doing that. If it doesn't line up, your fan base is up in arms, and everybody in the world of college football, because a lot of people don't like him, is celebrating, right?
Oh, there's no doubt that Kiffin has been vilified, and by extension, LSU, because of the way he left Ole Miss, and that was a great story in college football this year. Not just the Ole Miss, Chambliss and the whole thing. So your narratives get told however they want, and they get spun however they want. And I'm a guy that I don't care if it was LSU and Ole Miss or whoever was involved. I'm very extreme on this, Bo, and that I think people should be able to go get what they want. Players, coaches. The calendar is what it is, and you have to operate within it. But, but yeah, I mean, I think that's maybe an uncomfortable thing for people around here is getting used to the idea that LSU has been vilified and like playing the heel role. But it's going to have to be something people here accept, because short of them teeing it up, kicking off, and just being a great team that's fun to watch with some personalities that people will attract to, I think a lot of people are going to be cheering against LSU, and I understand. I mean, every kind of makes sports fun, man. You have heroes and villains, and LSU's going to have to play a different, maybe more uncomfortable role.
This is going to be incredible to watch. One, he's going to win big, but just all the theatrics, both inside and outside, are going to be amazing. I mean, I know you have a blast covering a national brand in LSU anyway, with all the different personalities that have been through Baton Rouge. But, man, y'all hit a grand slam with this as far as content. Matt Moscona, LouisianaSports.net, joined us on the Farm Bureau Insurance Guest Line, LSU Insider. Matt, we can't thank you enough. I appreciate you.
Yep, anytime, Bo. Thanks, man.
Matt Moscona does a great job covering those LSU Tigers, and now he's got Lane Kiffin in his backyard. Lane Train with the national brand. Think about what he did for the Ole Miss brand, elevating it. I mean, you even more so than Eli. Different times, he had different platforms to do it with, as we all know, on X and .com and everything else. But damn. And what LSU turned into a national brand the last 25 years since Saban landed there, and then they had everybody else. Now, Lane's going to elevate their brand. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer, 8:30.
Pac-12 sucks.
Whoa.
They got Muschamped.
Will Muschamp, defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorns. I know he was before, but that's still weird for me to say. I know he was the DC under Mac Brown for 5 minutes, but
They got Muschamped.
we're ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Mississippi State actually has a legit defensive coordinator for the first time in 3 years. Zach Arnett is your defensive coordinator, and he can coach. I mean, he is solid plus to good. Your last DC was the worst you've ever had. So, while I'm not telling you that Zach's going to have a top 25 defensive scoring, scoring efficiency defense, you're going to be better. You're going to be better. And, this is a program that prided themselves on playing high-level defense for years, winning or losing. But under Ballard, even before that, but obviously those 80-81 defenses were nasty. Sherrill had several. You all know about that. And Mullen had some ferocious defenses. And, of course, he had the best on as far as defensive scoring efficiency. He had your best defensive coordinator in the history of your program. It wasn't a longevity thing, but Jeff Collins, as far as the numbers, was the best you've had. Zach is pretty damn good. And what's good for you is he's had good Saturdays. Now, everybody gets exposed. He's had some rough ones, but Saban and Smart were embarrassed at times, right? And they had all the win, behind them. And so when you think about Zach Arnett and Matt Brock, one, they're adults. Two, they're super organized. Like Matt Brock, I said this earlier, there's not a piece of lint in his car this morning. And he's been at the facility since 6, maybe 5:30. But I think Zach Arnett getting kicked in the bells after being on a meteoric rise under Leach dying, he gets the job, didn't work out. He never really had a chance to be successful with what they did around him. But then going to Ole Miss, and I think spending a year under Pete Golding, who is uber talented as a defensive coordinator, is huge for Zach. The Dan Mullen UNLV thing didn't work out. That's fine. And then he spends another year at Florida State. Every year that you spend around some people, different ideas, good thing. We have all kinds of different people coming through this studio over the last, or whatever studio we were in, over the last 22 years. And that's a good thing. And so I expect Zach Arnett to be ticked off in a good way.
Right.
Like a lot of people look at chip on the shoulder as a bad thing. A lot of people use a chip on their shoulder as a good thing. And so I expect Zach, you were so horrific on defense that if you'd have had Zach Arnett the last 2 years, Jeff Lebby would not be on the hot seat.
Absolutely.
Jeff Lebby would have a 500 record, possibly a game up, but he would either be somewhere in the 13-12 to 12-13, and maybe if the football gods shine down on him, okay, he may be 14-11, and he wouldn't. Zach Selman would feel good today. You, as a Mississippi State fan, would feel pretty good. Not all of you would be good with that, but a lot of people. And then Jeff Lebby would feel good. So the question is, can Zach do enough? Zach Arnett. Can Zach Arnett do enough to extend Jeff Lebby's career?
Man. I think he can.
In Starkville, Mississippi. All right? And that's because Zach Arnett and Matt Brock are good coaches and they're adults. And when I tell you the organizational structure on the defensive side of the football will be better, but Zach can take athletes. Look what he did with Leach. He can take Aaron Brule and Tyrus Wheat, and look, Isaac Smith, it's so unfortunate the way that Isaac Smith has been coached the last two, because he's good play, like he's got skills. I understand that you had some guys on defense that didn't have the talent to play SEC football, but Isaac Smith has the talent to play SEC football, and he wasn't getting better as a football player in the program. And so now he and Kelly Jones and others in this linebacking trio that they really like, Zach Arnett is going to make these guys better. Right. He knows how to take and I know the tweeners and the hybrid guys like the Brulés and the Wheats and motivate them, develop them, and get them in different spots on the field to be playmakers. You haven't made plays. You haven't had playmakers. Well, you actually have had a couple of playmakers. You just didn't allow them to be playmakers. Right. You were trying to run a base Alabama defense without the personnel, which it would be like Jackson telling me during the break that I'm an astronaut and that I'm going to go ahead and drive to Huntsville, Alabama today, and that I'm going to
work for NASA.
Yeah,
I got faith.
I mean that's what Coleman Hutzler was trying to do on the defensive side of the football at Mississippi State. Now you have an adult in the room. Two of them. His name is Zach Arnett, and the other one is Matt. And they work well together. Yep. They know each other. They worked together for 4 years. They had success together, right? They won 7 games one year under Leach. They won 9 games another year under Leach. And they didn't have Mullen talent or what Mullen left Moorhead, because by the time you got to Leach, between the Moorhead and Leach recruiting, you had half the talent that you had under Mullen and Moorhead, if that makes sense. Y'all see where I'm going? There was still enough juice for Moorhead to use Dan's players to win games, especially year 1, but even year 2. I mean, he had an all-SEC QB, 3 first-round picks on the defensive side of the football, an NFL offensive lineman, and an NFL running back, and then a guy who was just a really good running back at the college level in Ayers Williams. But, of course, Joe Moorhead didn't want to play him. He only wanted to play Kylan Hill. So when you look at all that, you have been playing with a defense that is around 120th in defensive scoring efficiency, which is god-awful. I could do that. Jackson could do that. Wes could do that. When we get Jack Bourgeois, anybody can field a 123rd defensive scoring efficiency defense. Yeah. Anybody. I can go down to Beagle Bagel in Madison. It's National Bagel Day, and find anybody can do that. I don't care if you know nothing about football.
It's like Chris Brooks said, it's not hard to get to Omaha.
Well,
hot take.
Whoa.
Hot take.
Here's what I would say about that.
Hot garbage.
But anyway, so that I think it's something to look at. I mean, do I know if this is going to work? Can you get to 6 wins with that brutal schedule? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But you're going to be better. And you actually have you have been playing with a guy who has no business being a defensive coordinator at the Power 5, G5, or even in high school. Okay, there are high school defensive coordinators in this state that are better than Coleman Hutzler. And now you've got Zach Arnett. Okay, and he understands how to get guys motivated. He understands where to put them on the field. Okay. And he actually understands how to build his side of the football and what he wants. And I think that's huge. What?
Got to finish better than 89th in total offense.
No, I mean, their offense wasn't good this year either. So I hope that Jeff does I hope that Levy does a lot of soul searching in the off season, because people, I see the mess. They don't get it. It's just, I guess people just watch football and have fun. So do I, though. But, no, the offense wasn't good this year. 89th in offensive scoring efficiency. You got to get a lot better quickly. We are the Out of Bounds Show. We're driven by your next spray-in bedliner, lift kit, tires, and wheels. Rick's Pro Truck, baby. 3 locations in the metro area. Trucks live here. ricksprotruck.com.
Not anymore. Not anymore. What's up?
Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Today, this is like our Whiskey 61 pub, you know, because sometimes you have to have a good Key City craft beer with some scrambled eggs at 8:30 in the morning. And Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer, also Renaissance Man, and he's single for the ladies out there. If you want to go to YouTube and watch the show, search Out of Bounds Sports, because Jack Bourgeois is to my left, to the right on camera. And we also have our Juice Kiffin bobblehead doll that we added to our Lane Kiffin bobblehead doll. Jackson Meadows broke our Brian Snitker. Is it Brian, or did I get his first name?
It's Brant Snitker. It's Brant Snitker.
No, that's the golfer. I'm talking about the baseball guy.
No, it's Brant. It's Brandon Snitker.
You're totally off.
I'm not totally off.
Okay.
But I've tried to glue the head on there so many times.
It's Brian Snicker.
Snicker.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah. So the point is, we have some things on the set that look really good, and Juice Kiffin is now with us. This guy who owns this bobblehead company, Jack, up in the Midwest, shipped it to me last week, man.
Nice.
How you doing?
Doing good. Couldn't be better. Appreciate you having me back so soon.
Well, I love it when you come in because you bring good beer.
That's the best part about this job is usually people are pretty happy to see me. Not many
That's a good
jobs. Not
point.
many jobs out there make you bring smiles as much as mine. So I bring beer.
Point.
People are happy.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
It's a good gig.
Yeah, it is. Key City Brewery, restaurant and bar.
Yeah.
In Vicksburg.
Brewery, eatery, and roastery.
I love that.
Roastery.
Brewery, eatery, and roastery. If you try to say that fast, you may get kind of, hung up a little bit.
It's a little too much, but yeah. Just Key City.
Key City.
Key
Are y'all
City.
still doing brunch on Sunday?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That Spanish omelet goes down every Sunday.
A Spanish omelet with Key City curse?
I think we figured out I eat about 8 eggs every Sunday when we go
That's
in.
good for you.
God.
It is. It is for sure.
You got to have your protein. You're single.
Definitely got to.
Who knows who you're going to run into next?
But yeah, between the deviled eggs with a little fried pork rind, chicharron on there, and the Spanish omelet, I think it's like 8 eggs is what I devour. That and, a Bloody Mary, or we do micheladas with our Mi Vida or the Mi Muerte, which is the dark Mexican lager, the evil twin Mi Vida.
Mi Morte.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, Mi Muerte.
I had one over the weekend. I forgot that you gave me some.
Yeah.
And I walked back to the back fridge and I had 2. I was so happy.
Oh man, they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your Mi Vida, but darker beer.
Yeah. The dark Mexican lager.
Yeah. Dark Mexican lager. Okay, cool.
It's the death.
Hey,
My
have
death.
you taken me up on, I threw out a couple months ago to you that when you do a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary, if you get a dark beer and just put a shot in there, it kind of takes some of the acidity off.
Yeah.
Because Patrick Kelly, who owned Mint and Julep, now he owns Finch and Kelly clothing store in Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that showed me this trick 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Have you tried that yet?
I see. I made Bloody Mary mix from scratch for Christmas this year, and I talked about it to my family, and no one was on board. But I know I'm not allowed to bring dark beer to. Curse is about as close as it can get in my family. But yeah, the stouts they're not all for it.
Well, you could use this curse. It would be good.
Yeah, they're a Mick Ultra Mississippi Queen
I
type
get it.
family.
I get it.
But what's funny is this is the beer that got them on craft beer because they were anti-craft beer. And then they tried the Irish Red, and it reminded them of Killian's. And so Killian's Irish Red was a beer that, one of the very first craft beers in this market, to ever be a part of this market. And so everyone relates our Irish Red to Killian's Irish Red.
That was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Like when I was bartending, we had it at Nick's and Shapley's. These were like high-end places. And like that was a big deal to have that beer.
Yeah, I feel like it's there's a certain age demographic of people here in Mississippi in the South that just resonate with that beer, and they have one too many stories about having one too many.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, cheers, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so this Key City Curse is delicious. Your flagship beer is Key City Mississippi Queen. Is that
It
fair?
is. Yeah. It's our number one seller for both of our distributors here in the States. One of their top sellers, if not for craft beer. So yeah, we're very, very proud of that one. Still do not understand how somebody did not name a beer Mississippi Queen before we got here. Coming up on our 8th year, but there's a lot of breweries, a lot of really good breweries that were around before us. But with it referencing Vicksburg in the second line of the song, Mississippi Queen from the Mountain, had to be our very first beer we ever brewed. Sold out 6 days in the very first batch, and we hit the ground running and have not looked back with Mississippi Queen. So we can't thank everyone enough for how well that beer has resonated in this market.
And that beer is super drinkable. Describe it for our listeners.
It is biscuity, fresh bread, resin. Has a little bit of residual sweetness on the back end. I would call it like almost like an unripe strawberry. Okay. But it is, it's as far as style goes, it's not the closest style to your Mick Ultra, Bud Light, type of drinkers. Mississippi is, with this weather, it will always and forever be a light beer drinking state.
Sure.
So you got to cater your beer to that audience. And flavor wise, I would say it's the closest to that. Mississippi is a Pilsner, so it's going to be closer to your American light lagers that people are typically used to drinking. Flavor wise, any of those bartenders at Key City will tell you night and day, 90% of the time they're going with the Queen.
Yeah. And that's your blonde ale.
That is our blonde ale.
Yeah. So I want y'all to remember that. Key City Mississippi Queen is their blonde ale, and it's not like crazy crafty or hoppy or anything like that. It's very, very drinkable beer, fun. You're doing red beans and rice tonight. Whatever you're doing goes with it. Now, something else that Jack Bourgeois said a minute ago is Mississippi is the Pilsner.
Yes, sir.
And that does skew more towards the American lagers.
Yeah, American light lager. Again, that's your 90%.
Like Budweiser.
90+% of all beer sales is going to be an American light lager in the United States.
Okay. All right. Jackson said that people in Vicksburg like to fight. So have you run it? And we wanted to kind of do a case study on this today. Jack Bourgeois, Key City Brewery, Eatery, and Roastery.
Yeah, we roast our own beans.
In Vicksburg.
Brought you a bag.
Open. Tell me the meal.
We're open 7 days a week. Okay. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we open up at 11 a.m., 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And then we also still do live music Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The rooftop has been closed on the weekends. I think we still open it up about one night a week.
Okay.
Right now,
if
I'm not mistaken.
Back to Vicksburg and fighting. How long have you lived in Vicksburg?
6 years this week, believe it or not. I think it is 6 years to the day. Today is actually
nice.
That's cool.
Believe it or not, I think I drove, or at least I made it to Mississippi today or tomorrow, I think is the anniversary.
All right. Have you had to throw hands since you moved to Vicksburg?
I have not. That was a very California thing. People here are a lot more polite, peaceful. I have not gotten that. I've broken up one fight at Key City my entire time there.
Really? Probably two girls. Was it two women?
No. There was two women. This is a good story. There was two women fighting outside of Key City and two men fighting outside of Key City. Nice. And our owner and head chef Blake went left and went to break up the lady fight.
Okay.
And he was the first one out the door, and I had to take care of the two good old boys that were going at each other, and drag them out into the street. But no, not really. I don't think that the Vicksburg. I think the bar scene, everyone's pretty polite. That's what I've gotten.
And about the bar scene, baby. They get out there in that softball.
Well, you're talking about a softball field, but that's anywhere. I mean, travel ball, softball, you're going to have a good fight over the weekend.
Yeah, people are getting intense when it comes to competition.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, playing pool, at the Biscuit or, you Rusty's. We have quite a few bars in town in Vicksburg, and I've never once had somebody get upset about stepping on toes or boots or anything like that. It's not
good
like
people.
That. California, on the other hand, it was night and day difference, and it's
you were in a roughneck town, weren't you?
A little bit depends on your area. I mean, I lived all over California, but like where my brother lives in Hollister, they're like 50-year-old men are still fighting in the bars, awesome. and they take pride in it. It's pretty funny.
It's dope.
It's really not. I mean, you know what? Going to a bar and just hanging out and having a drink, and just having a casual conversation, that's fun.
That's great.
You don't need to prove it. This isn't high school anymore. We don't need to prove ourselves.
Right.
What if they step on my shoe?
This isn't Kathmandu's in 1986.
Drop them.
Okay. Or the dock at 1 a.m. in 1988.
No.
Hey,
or 1994.
I had to throw some.
You
rights at the dock.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Nice.
It was not very good, but I got slung out pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're still here, and you didn't get thrown in the water.
Well, I fell in the water one time. Walk across the
That
dock.
happened to a lot of people at the dock.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know why people wanted to tempt the east side of that pier, but I saw it many, and I would just look over and go,
You know what's going to happen.
"Yep, that's a dumbass."
Yeah.
I mean, it never failed. I mean,
know what's coming.
typical testosterone beers, guys like, I got to be over here, and then he falls in the water.
Yeah,
I mean,
then-
it's like clockwork.
And then as soon as you tell him I told you,
It's
that
like
would
me
happen,
drinking a
you
Key
get
City,
fight.
Mississippi Queen this week. It's like clockwork. So,
Dude,
what?
they throwing them down out there.
No, they're not.
And I include. I'm with this guy. I include the daiquiri bar as part of Vicksburg because to me that's just it's an extension of.
That it
Wow.
is. That's kind of.
I
There's
mean,
some story. There's some stories that
And that-
cannot be
So
told
you-
on radio about that place.
You just merged Delta, Louisiana with
Yeah.
Vicksburg, Mississippi,
It's 'cause
even though
it's
there's a
one-
river in
it's
between.
one
it.
of the
Oh, are you
It's
talking about the
fantastic.
Dak Shack across the bridge?
I
Oh
know
no, we don't get credit for that or the late night.
the one you're talking.
You know
about.
what bar?
Yeah,
out
right,
there.
right,
We
right,
did.
right.
That's not Vicksburg.
Hey,
Dude.
That's Tallulah.
Tallulah. What a great name.
I love that.
Tallulah.
Yeah, I actually think it's Mound, Louisiana.
It is Mound,
technically.
baby.
Yeah, it's Mound.
Mound.
But
I think Blake Scott,
population 6.
That's it.
he went over to some small Louisiana town when he was doing play-by-play for maybe the Kosciuszko Whippets, or I don't
Yeah.
remember who it was. He went over there, Jack, and called a game. I think that may have been the game where he had a bunch of Hornets in the press.
Oh,
You know how
my God.
rural old press boxes, you don't know what you're
Oh,
going to walk
yeah.
into. He's calling a football game, I'm pretty sure, and I think he was like fighting Hornets and calling the game. So good. Is that high school football or what?
It's been down here for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so back to beer and food and fun. Oh, and NFL playoffs. We'll get
Yeah.
into that. Let's
Oh, yeah.
do that. Let's switch gears. Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer. You're listening to the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. All right. I know who I'm rooting for to win it. Do you have a team that you're rooting for?
This year, I'm kind of rooting for Josh Allen.
Okay.
Bucks are out of it.
Yeah.
I'm a big Josh Allen fan. We talked about that last time. I'm kind of from the same area of
Yeah.
California, same town.
That's right.
What happened to the Bucks again?
Oh, wow.
You guys couldn't win your last game for
Didn't
us.
need to.
You
Didn't-
couldn't win
Why
your
would
last
we
game
win a
for
game
us.
for y'all?
All you guys need to do is win one game.
I know.
It's the one time I've ever rooted for the Saints.
But you
in my
knew they
entire
weren't going to
life.
win. What was that? Was that either going to be 5 in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to happen.
Ah, man.
Nah, we need to lose that.
Killing me. No, we would have got smashed by the Rams just like
I don't know.
the
Eagles?
Panthers did. Yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers. They
That was a close
the
game
fact
for
that the
one.
Panthers was the one that represented the NFC South is just
It was disgusting.
That's
yeah,
messy.
yeah. I'm rooting for the Rams and I'm rooting for the Bills. So those are the two teams that I actually do think that they're going to be there.
All right, I'm rooting for the Broncos and the Texans.
Okay.
The Texans because they haven't had a lot of success.
Yeah.
You know,
Defense.
It's D'Amico's done a great
man.
job.
Yeah.
Will Anderson's over there from Alabama, among other dudes, and they've got it going on. And they really showed out.
They took it to Pittsburgh. I felt so
Monday
bad.
night?
You could not be a Rodgers fan and still feel bad for how his last game to get sent out like that.
Is it his
You think he's done?
man.
Is he done?
I think so. I mean, you see the look on his face. I wouldn't want to go out like that either, but he did have the game the week before. He had a game, where he showed out and put up 300, 400 yards passing. I mean, Rodgers can still do it, but I don't think it's. I think it's a time.
Is he the most? All right, so in my opinion, Dan Marino and Warren Moon are the most talented quarterbacks to never win a Super Bowl. You could throw in Dan Fouts. Other people have other guys. Would you say that Rodgers is the most talented to only win one Super Bowl with his skill set?
Not knowing that list, I would still say yes, of course, because I think I've watched him my entire life.
He's
basically,
so good,
and he's the greatest thrower of the football that I've ever seen.
I mean,
I think you could say
Hall of Famer.
you could look at Patrick Mahomes and say Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback we've ever seen. You could say Brady's the greatest winner. You could say I would say Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen as far as all of it across the board. But
I disagree with that. But Peyton was
Big old
great.
head. No,
I think when you include the mental aspect of that and him basically calling his own offense, and never having, I mean, he had some coaching, but never having the teams that Brady had, never having
right.
All
no,
of that. I don't know.
I
think Peyton was the greatest.
I think those Colts teams were just as talented.
They were good.
Because I mean, he had at one point he had Reggie Wayne. He had Marvin Harrison, Dallas Clark,
offensively, and they did. They had they had Freeney, and I mean they had guys, but
they could never like get their offense to sync with the defense whenever they were both really
yeah,
really good.
They were never good at great at the same time.
But Dungy and Peyton got it lined up that year, and then they drew the Bears in a terrible team that made the Super Bowl that couldn't score with Rex Grossman. Now Urlacher was good, but you know what's crazy is the run that Peyton Manning made to win it. His postseason numbers were 3 touchdowns and 7 picks.
Yeah, it was trash.
Oh yeah, that was
terrible.
The worst season by a quarterback.
Yeah.
One of the worst seasons we had ever seen.
Wow.
And that defense was just that good. But yeah, his arm was a noodle that whole season.
I can't remember who they had back in the Sanders, some Bob or something like they had. They had a DB.
No,
you're really good.
You're right.
Bob Sanders.
Was it Bob Sanders?
Yeah. Bob Sanders was legit.
Dungy had several guys that could play on the defensive side of the football. And then, Peyton had Ezra and James early. Eventually, he had Joseph Adai from LSU. He had Dallas Clark, Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, and there were some other dudes that were good
They
players.
They never put it all together as a dynasty. He definitely had plenty of surrounding talent.
You're right. His first 6 years in the league were a struggle in the post season, and then they eventually got it rolling. So
had they lost one prior to winning that one against the Bears?
No, didn't he win and then lose to the Saints?
Yeah, he won, then lost.
He won against the Bears. Right. Again, the Bears were not good.
No.
I can't believe Sean Payton and the Saints lost that game, but it was at Soldier Field and whatever.
Defense.
And it was some bad weather.
Devin Hester.
Because if the Saints go, I'm not sure Peyton gets one while he's at the Colts.
Oh.
If they have to play the Saints that year.
Probably not. I mean, the Saints were
thumping.
Killers that year.
Yeah. Now maybe
contract.
And that was Peyton's year one? Year one when he got bounced by the Bears at Soldier Field. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think so. All right. Out of bounds.
That wouldn't have been his first.
When did 06?
He was
his rookie year was the interception year where he set the record.
No. I meant Peyton's first year at New Orleans. When they lost to the Bears.
Okay.
And so the Bears went to the Super Bowl to play Peyton and the Colts.
You had all lost.
The P-E-Y and the P-A-Y got me confused on the Peyton.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, you're right. His first year was 1998.
Yeah.
Because his last year at Tennessee was 97. Mm-hmm. He leaves. His first year in the league is 98. You're right. He sets the interception record with 33 picks. They go 1-15 and then turn it around in year 2. But the year he leaves, Tennessee wins the national championship with T. Martin over Florida State.
Did you see the trolling that Eli did on the last Monday Night Football game?
No.
He got him a framed pick. It was framed with all of the cards from every player that picked him off that year.
That is so good.
The ultimate trolling. It was so good.
Whoever came
and
up
so
with
it was 23 players and 27 interceptions. So a couple of them had an asterisk and a 2 next to it, or a ×2. Yeah, he had to open that up on the last game of Monday Night Football.
That is
what it was. So good.
Good.
Yeah, Eli.
No way Eli came up with that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's like
he's
that.
Such a comedian.
He's funny. He is very comedic. He's actually got a little bit of lane in him. I mean, he's kind of sneaky, funny and
snarky.
He's good at giving Peyton or somebody else a hard time.
Got good timing.
Man, this weekend, dude.
Oh, I know.
Broncos.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I mean, it is football. It's perfect.
All right. Oh, yeah, the national championship game that Jack Bourgeois, who's single, is referencing Indiana and Miami, Hard Rock Stadium. But we've got Bills-Broncos at 3:30 on Saturday. 49ers Seahawks at 7.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. And then I love these Sunday time slots. Sunday, Texans Patriots at 2. and Rams Bears at 5:30.
Perfect. In bed early.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect.
What are the
Gotta love it.
The Rams are a 3.5 point favorite. It's 19 degrees right now at Soldier Field.
Stafford's 1-8 under 40 degrees. But
that's a good trend.
Those are all with the Lions.
Okay.
So that's different.
It's
got to be different, right?
Absolutely.
Different.
Pre-Dan Campbell?
Yeah.
Very different. No doubt.
He's going to lose again, baby.
There's a good chance.
I don't know. I think that defense is some of the. I think they've got 1A, 1B, one of the best defenses. I think 1 defense is Texans, but I think the Rams have the best defense left in the NFC at least. And Jared Verse, that front four, they're going to win in the trenches.
Man, they're good.
And he's the better quarterback. So you got a better defense. You got the better quarterback. I think that's what the tiebreaker always.
It's
goes
not
to
even
those.
close. Jackson thinks that Caleb Williams is awesome.
I love Caleb.
I don't know why. Where did he play? Ohio State?
Because he's our fantasy quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He
You should have
USC.
dropped him
Played at
last
USC.
year.
No, he didn't drop him.
He's Oklahoma Southern Cal.
Yeah,
he
remember-
went with Lincoln Riley.
You remember
That's
him
right.
crying in the stands?
I do remember him crying.
Yeah. That was a bad look.
Yeah,
man.
it's a terrible look. Get
That
off
was
the TV.
a bad look.
All right, I hope Sean Payton wins, so I'm going against you. 49ers, Seahawks, I don't really care. Just a good game.
Darnold.
Texans, Patriots, I'm torn because I like D'Amico, but I love Vrabel too. These are two defensive dudes. This could be fun. By the way, going back to what Bourgeois was saying, Rams, Bears could be like 10-9.
Yeah.
It could.
It could with how cold it is, but I don't think it's supposed to be snowing. So
Okay.
at least have that.
In Buffalo, it's going to be snowing 45 degrees.
In Denver,
15 degrees and snowing in Buffalo.
they're playing in Denver.
They're playing in Denver.
Denver, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Denver.
Excuse me.
Okay.
So I would say that benefits Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Oh, over Bo Nix.
no doubt.
I do.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 1059 The Zone, Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer. Check out Mississippi Queen. It's their blonde ale. Delicious beer. They have it at Taste Italian Kitchen. They've got it at Burgers Blues Barbecue. They've got it at Kessler Prime. They've got it at Martin's in Livingston, Martin's downtown, McBee's. The list goes on and on and on as far as Key City Beer. Yesterday at Spring Street Cigars in Jackson, they've got Key City Curse on tap. Give us 30 seconds on Key City Curse.
Key City Curse, toffee, caramel, very malt forward. Again, that replacement to Killian's that everybody loves. So during this time, you want one of those darker red ales, just a rich, delicious malty beer with a little bit of sweetness, but not.
Smells delicious.
Oh, I know, right? Definitely great to cook with. I deglaze all my pans with that. Anytime
do you?
you're cooking red meat, yeah.
Good
yeah.
call.
Or doing I do a venison pot roast. I definitely throw that in there.
Will you bring us some venison pot roast in the next few weeks?
I can definitely do that. Yeah. Sorry about the pineapple sausage. That's
that's
literally
okay.
all I had left in there.
That's okay.
all I had left.
By
in
the way, I
freezer.
love these glasses that you gave us. You may hang out with us another segment. Are you cool?
Yeah. Let's do
All
it.
right. We are the Out of Bounds Show, 1059 The Zone, ESPN Lunch Today, brought to you by Martin's in Livingston and Martin's downtown. They have Key City Beer, and I know Martin's in Livingston has Key City Mi Vida and Mississippi Queen on tap.
sake, kids, what time is it?
It's 9 a.m. and this ain't no kiddie show. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds.
All aboard!
As Mississippi's #1 morning show rolls on the Zone 105.9 and online at thezone1059.com.
Man, good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. And our show is brought to you by Key City Beer at Burgers Blues Barbecue, Dogwood Flowwood in Rankin County. Dogwood Flowwood, B3, baby, great food. One of Jay Meadows' favorite places. Why don't you turn on his mic?
It is I frequent there pretty hard. Like it's become second home.
A second home. Okay.
I mean, you got to eat. You got to eat right when you go out there as much as I do.
No doubt.
But the thing is, you can.
I know.
Because you can jump. I mean, you don't have to just eat burger type deal. You can go barbecue.
Yeah.
You can switch it up and go to the club.
You can go blue
Club
plate.
Wrap, you can go blue plate. It's man, yeah. It's a
Dirty bird wrap.
Dirty bird wrap's
But you got to go with the fried chicken if you're doing the dirty bird wrap. You can't go grilled.
Yeah, you know, I got that thing.
I
on
love grilled
sourdough.
chicken. Oh, yeah.
I on sourdough one time as an actual sandwich instead
Okay.
of the wrap. It was the wrap is A++ now.
Yeah.
So I mean, given the wrap is in its own category, it was cool. It was pretty close.
Okay.
But I love sourdough.
You do.
Wasn't as good as the dough we made yesterday.
Man, Jermaine Benoit's, she made homemade bread for us yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was fabulous. So I'm
actually really
I'm healthier than I've ever been.
There's nothing better than fresh bread.
I had 2 slices yesterday, and then Wendy made spaghetti with deer meat last night, and then she sliced up 3 more slices and threw it in the oven for just a minute with clean butter. Then I dipped it in my spaghetti.
Nice, yeah.
It was fabulous.
That's good spaghetti dipping bread too, right?
No kidding.
That's perfect bread to dip in spaghetti.
Yeah.
I wish you could just understand how much bread I ate last night.
I'm glad you did.
When I tell you, I mean,
It's good for you.
Well, no, I mean, I was talking about from Kessler.
Oh.
When I tell you,
So you ate the booby bread.
Oh my God! I think when the waiter finally brought that last loaf, he's like, "You sure?" I was like,
Oh God, you're that guy.
Bring me that last.
You're that guy.
It's the butter.
Oh no!
I just want to eat
Jack,
the butter.
I can't take him anywhere.
I just want to.
I can't take him anywhere, Jack Bourgeois.
Lather up in that.
By the way, NFL insider, craft beer aficionado, Jack Bourgeois with Key City Brewery, Eatery, and Roastery on the Out of Bounds Show. You can find their spot on Washington Street in Vicksburg, but you can find their beer everywhere, including the Fleetway markets in there's over 22 of them. But several Fleetway markets carry Key City Beer, Mississippi Queen, Mr. Sippy, Me Vita, whatever's going on. You'll be able to find it, navigate your way through. Bourgeois is going with the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. So he's trying to channel his inner Jim Kelly, Kent Hull, Thurman Thomas, and Andre Reed.
I think you want to channel something different, right?
I don't know. I mean,
and Bruce Smith.
None of them have a Super Bowl
I
ring.
just want to channel a winner.
Okay, all right. Let me think. Has
shout out
Buffalo
to
won
Seals.
it in hockey? I don't keep up with hockey.
I don't think so.
Sabre? I don't think so.
Okay, so anyway, we're channeling something.
Yeah.
In upstate New York, which I've never been to. I've
It's,
been to New York, but not to Buffalo, and I
Syracuse
don't
up there, right?
think I'm going to make it with my age and what I want to do.
Syracuse is upstate.
I know it.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, you're channeling your
Carmelo.
inner Jim Boeheim and
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
I umpired a week-long baseball up in Cooperstown, New York.
Oh, how cool was that?
It was great.
Dude, that is one place that I want to. That's on my. Have you been to Cooperstown?
I have
Bourgeois?
not. I have not. Been
Dude.
to quite a few stadiums and quite a few sports towns. Haven't been there yet.
Was it awesome?
It was awesome.
I got to go.
It's got that brick, layout, kind of that old school brick.
Oh.
I mean, it's just,
This place parties.
and it's like an old library. I mean, the
My
place-
friends have told me it's amazing.
it's amazing.
Good for you, man. I'm glad you got to go up there, and you got to call a tournament while you were there.
A whole week, and I was. They said the first guys that are up here don't think you're going to be able to call the last game. And I looked up, and my name was on the list as the third base umpire, and I was like, "What?" I had to do my flight because because I was like, I'm headed home on Friday. No, I had to go on Saturday and call a game.
Okay.
Nice.
I got to go to Cooperstown.
Yeah, it looks really tight.
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
I'm still waiting on my invite.
For Coop? Oh,
Yeah.
just because of your career
Yeah, I mean,
in Clinton?
I figured they knew I'm the one and only person to hit a home run at my high school. So out of the park home run, that is. Yeah.
You only hit one dinger,
Dude.
one.
Playing balls hard.
Playing balls hard.
Hitting balls are hard.
No, it is hard to hit a baseball.
Hitting them out? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about
That's
that.
what Dion said. Hardest thing he ever did.
So hard, man.
Bo said the same thing. Bo Jackson.
And that's incredible considering the athleticism and talent that both those two dudes have.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the ultimate hand-eye coordination is hitting a baseball.
It's got to be the hardest thing in sports.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that, but
cricket.
it is one of the hardest things to do. I agree with you. I mean, like Jake Mangum was in here this week. He's with the Pittsburgh Pirates now.
Yep.
Listening to him talk about what it takes to hit a ball that's moving like it is at 97 miles per hour. I mean, I know they face 98, 99, and 100, but I'm talking about those. Ooh, can you imagine?
I grew up watching Barry Bonds in person.
Yeah,
he
it's
just
not
made
fair.
it look so
Yeah,
easy.
it's so
He
easy.
did.
It just looked so easy.
He
And
did.
then I tried 1 year, and
It just
I,
ain't
don't know.
that
I kept
easy.
getting thrown out the game. I couldn't play baseball.
Nah, not like that.
Tough sport for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
Out of your top three, I mean, out of your big three sports, though, football, baseball, basketball,
Okay.
hitting a baseball's got to be the hardest out of those.
Yes, and playing corner
Yeah.
is brutal,
That's
in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when you're
Yeah.
this is kind of
That's
just simple logic when you're running backwards
Yeah, that's
and you're going against a world-class athlete who's getting to run forward
Forward,
and he
yeah.
knows where he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at a disadvantage there.
Quarterback is, I think, the most difficult position,
I
but that's
agree.
more so on the mental stand.
Throwing
that-
it in a
yeah.
window
Think?
the size of this box in the NFL, like it'll be
Oh,
this
yeah.
weekend. You know this. You saw last week. They let them play now. I mean,
Oh, I know.
you get on the line of scrimmage.
I wish this was like this
It's
all
a
year
fight.
long.
Right,
It bugs me that
Me
they
too.
kind of lighten up during the playoffs. I wish they
I
would
get
call
it.
them all, but
For offense and fun and fans and
Yeah.
viewership, but I agree with you.
it should
Now
always be that way.
they'll let you have a fight at the line of scrimmage, wide receiver and corner.
Yeah. That's going to play in Denver's favor this weekend. for
Yes,
sure.
That secondary is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Secondary is ridiculous, and they are
Jim
running
Leonard-
they're running out of wide receivers over at Buffalo. But I mean, they haven't had wide receivers for years now. Really,
Look, Vance
or
Joseph,
his ever in Josh's career.
as you know, Vance Joseph as a defensive coordinator is amazing. Jim Leonard is one of the best secondary coaches in the world.
Yeah,
And
it makes
he's
it
on that
easy when you have
Broncos.
Patrick Surtain, the best
No doubt.
quarterback in the NFL.
That guy's great,
Didn't
and he's in his prime.
Yeah.
There's something
he
that-
played
peaking.
DB, right? Jim Leonard.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
He was at Wisconsin, and now he's with the Broncos. A hell of a hire by Sean Payton.
He
I mean,
did. Dang.
to put that staff together. Yeah, I mean, they did it right. Denver did what some other organizations have done and what many haven't. Sean looked at it and said, I have a young QB, so we're going to be awesome on defense while he grows up.
Yeah, I think a lot of those pieces were there, but prior to him getting there.
Okay.
And also, I mean, they did give away how many first-round picks and all that to Russell Wilson.
God.
So I think it's even more impressive
No
that they
doubt,
messed,
yeah.
they botched that, and they
sabotaged
still are this good. They were the one seed in the AFC. That's saying something for Sean Payton.
I
Got
got
to give him his credit. Like him or not, you got to give him his credit.
no doubt. 30 seconds. One vision, Key City.
One Vision is our winter West Coast IPA for all of our Death on Two Legs drinkers.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more on the bitter, dry side, but it is tropical. It is very, very fruit forward. So you're going to get that pineapple,
I got that.
mango notes. One of our favorite beers that we do every year. If you guys see the alien can, or if you see any of the aliens in some of our photos, you know what we're talking about or referencing.
Love it. Yeah, I got the mango.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about there. Speaking of, lunch today brought to you by Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance, and they have Key City beer. They have fabulous wood-fired pizzas and amazing sandwiches. Do the combo world-famous meatball with a Caesar salad and get the tomato soup, too. That's a big win with the Key City beer. Mississippi Queen. All right. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds show. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Bo Bounds, Jack Bourgeois, Jay Meadows, some guy named Wes with us. Hope you're doing well. I feel like we are. We're sipping on some Key City Curse, which is delicious American craft beer from Vicksburg, Mississippi, baby. And their brewery, eatery, and roastery is on Washington Street. And I cannot believe I got that. Is on Washington Street in Vicksburg, Mississippi. You can find Key City beer all over the place. We do want to let you know, before I ask Jack Bourgeois what it was like to go to the Cotton Bowl, we do want to let you know that the Out of Bounds show is brought to you by Matt Anderson at Southeastern Land Group. So the guy to my left, Jack Bourgeois, loves to hunt. Well, if you're looking for some recreational property, land investment, commercial properties, we want you to call Matt Anderson at Southeastern Land Group, 601-408-5155. Matt posted a video of the Big Black River this morning about 5:45 in the morning, evidently a tract of land there. So if you want to find Matt Anderson from Mississippi on Facebook, it was a really cool video. Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group, for your perfect weekend getaway, hunting track, or lakefront property. From timber to residential development, Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. Call him today. All right, Jack Bourgeois on 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. What was it like had you been to the Cotton Bowl before?
No, I'd never been to a college football playoff game before, so the atmosphere was quite different. But yeah, I'd never been to a game where it really was 50-50 split on the fan base, one side versus the other. I've been to, LSU, Bama. I've seen all that. You get a section or you get a student section. It's never right down the line 50-50 split. My nephew is a Miami Canes fan, Miami Dolphins fan, and was also he had an all-star game for football that weekend at AT&T Stadium. So we surprised him with tickets, got to go. It was a ton of fun. Yeah, he had a blast. Shirt was off. He was whipping it around his head. Yeah, it couldn't have been a better time. I mean, for a 13-year-old to me and my brother, that was the most fun we've ever had together by far.
That's heaven, man.
Yeah, it was great. Good football. I mean, quarterback play wasn't stellar that game, compared to the games after with Ole Miss and but yeah, good defense, good run game, and just back and forth for a majority of it. So yeah, it was fun. It was really good to see.
Man, who are you rooting for?
Miami. I mean, just for my nephew.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Might as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rooting for a winner.
Wow.
We'll see about
Gloves
Monday.
are off this morning.
We will see about Monday.
Winners.
I had no faith in Miami going into that game. I mean, and that was maybe my bias being a Texas fan and Ohio State kind of stomping us earlier in the season.
Oh, that's right.
I wasn't. I thought I was buying, almost $400 tickets. They were almost $400 a piece. We sat in some good seats. Those
seats were nice.
Yeah. Well, we spent the fantasy football money on it, so I did win the fantasy football league. Thank you. Thank you.
Good. That's really good.
Freaking awesome.
That's
beautiful.
Yeah. You know what I want to say to the league, but I'm better than you. That's all I'll leave it at.
Thank you.
No,
What I want to say, the league, I'm better than you.
Well, I mean, is he wrong?
Guys trash talk. We never grow up. I mean, guys trash talking on fantasy. Oh, I got to pay my fantasy football dues.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tally. I'll pay you later today.
You pay him at the end of the season?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Worse than my brother.
Well.
Yeah.
No, my brother waited. My brother waited until he was down about 50 points in the fantasy league to be like, "Yeah, we should definitely put that money on the Cotton Bowl game. We should definitely do that." Understanding he probably spent $10,000 on that weekend between flying the whole family out to watch their son ball out at AT&T Stadium.
That's really cool.
Man, but that's awesome. So your nephew, 13 years old, can you imagine what it'd be like at 13 years old to play an all-star game in AT&T Stadium in Jerry's World?
A few days before watching the Cotton Bowl on this, 13-yard line, right on I think we were in between the 35 and the 50. Yeah, it couldn't have been better. But yeah, he balled out, ended up winning the MVP of the game.
Shut up.
I mean, about the proudest moment
Let's
a dad
go.
or an uncle could ever have. He got a legit championship belt that he wore. I'm pretty sure he hasn't taken it off yet.
He shouldn't. He should not.
Yeah, I was like, you should probably give that to your dad. And he's like, nope, I'm not. It's not leaving. Like, he would not give it up.
I love it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Great trip for the family, and
really
and
cool.
yeah, we're very very proud of him. He's gonna be in the NFL in a few years. What's crazy though is, man,
Do you think he's a D1 guy?
Well, I mean, he's now nationally ranked. He's a three-star athlete right now. Ran his shuttle and his 3-cone faster than NFL players coming out of the draft this last year. Yeah, it was insane. He ran he's 5'6", 135, ran a 5 flat, but his 3-cone and his shuttle were insane. Wow. So quicker than fast, but yeah, if you look at, like, we have a bunch of highlight reels of him from that game, and just routing kids up with that footwork. So normally plays running back. Most of the kids that were there playing running back had more facial hair and more tattoos than I did at 13. So you know what that says. So he got moved to wide receiver and balled out. Yeah, so it was a ton of fun. Yeah.
Real good slot.
He was outside.
Dang.
I'll show you the highlights. It's impressive.
What's he doing out there?
Yeah, killing it.
That's a good story.
Yeah,
and then you got to see Miami and Ohio State play.
Yep. A couple days before that, yeah, it was a ton of fun.
I thought
thought
Ole Miss was going to beat Miami.
I thought Ohio State was going to beat Miami. I thought Ole Miss was going to beat Miami. I thought those offenses were going to be able to take out, or we're going to be able to do something against that defense. That's why Monday is so intriguing.
Yeah,
because
I think that Miami should win, but Kurt Cignetti will be. Miami's offensive coordinator is not high level, and I think it'll feed right into what Kurt Cignetti wants him to do. Like, Miami went away from the run while ripping off 7-yard gains against Ole Miss and let them back in the game. I see that happening Monday night.
I think you got an Indiana team that is the most disciplined, well-coached team I think we've seen or ever seen in college football playoffs. I mean, across the board, whether it's penalties, whether it's just simple mistakes, they don't make it. So Carson Beck's going to have to play lights out, and I've seen him make one throw over 20 yards this year, and it was last week, and it was pretty good, but I don't know. I don't think Carson Beck is going to be able to put the team on his back. It's going to be up to Bain, and it's going to be up to the other edge rusher.
They're good.
Man, Miami is really good. They're just not well coached on the offensive side of the football, but they got dudes.
Yeah,
I mean, those two explosive plays against Ole Miss saved them, because once they gave Ole Miss enough time to hang around. But I give Miami credit on those two explosive plays.
Need to feed Malachi Tony at least 10, 15 balls, at least. I mean, that is their offense.
He's a dude.
But yeah,
that running back's phenomenal too, and the other wide receivers fabulous.
Oh yeah, I think that's where they have the advantages. Their wide receiving core against the secondary. Ooh. That's going to be about it outside of that defensive line.
Yeah.
So well coached team in Indiana. They can run the ball. They are a run first team.
Yeah.
You know, and
Miami,
Mendoza's playing as good as we've seen.
Well, it's funny. Both teams are run first, even though Fernando's better than Beck. But the question is, why? Beck had no business having 37 attempts against Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So if they let Cignetti and Indiana speed them up, they'll play right into what Indiana wants them to do.
And if Indiana gets up early, then they can run the ball and play defense.
Yep.
That's been Miami's MO, is get up early and be able to pin your ears back and get after the quarterback, because they have the best defensive line and pass rush in all college football.
Go pick up some Key City beer at the grocery store or your local service station, or order one at a restaurant and bar for the weekend. You'll love it. John Higgins, Spring Street Cigars, coming up next. We actually kind of have our stuff together. All right, good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN. Show me the money! 105.9 The Zone, brought to you by Spring Street Cigars in Jackson. So they decided to go into the iconic Rogue building. You can see it from I-55 Frontage Road. It's right in between Northside Drive and Meadowbrook. It's been there for 50 years. Beautiful building. And Spring Street took the back left part of the building. The Rogue moved up front. They both crushed it. And Spring Street has a full bar, 3 floors, rooftop. It can be a bar, patio area, and about 6 different smoking lounges. I mean, there's just all kinds of different fun places that you can dive into and get lost for the afternoon and smoke a premium cigar. They have a walk-in humidor that John Higgins and his team built that is stunning and absolutely beautiful. We'll talk about some of the other stores around the state in a minute, but we welcome in John Higgins with Spring Street Cigars. John, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, but how about yourself?
We're doing well. We're having fun, getting ready for some NFL and college basketball this weekend, which your places around the state will be a great place to watch and have a beverage and smoke a cigar. The place turned out great. How do you feel about it?
You know, it really did. We looked for a long time to move to Jackson. As you know, we've got a number of stores around the state, and when we started looking, we just couldn't find the right fit. And then all of a sudden, we were able to connect with Luke Abney, the owner of the building,
sure,
who owns the Rogue, and we just had a really nice vision for that location. It took quite a while to get the construction done, as you know. It's a big old building that's got a lot of history.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's crazy. I remember driving down the Interstate 55 when I was much younger and remember that building. So to be able to be in that building today is really kind of a special thing. And it turned out really great, too.
It's nice. So it's one of the top 5 cigar bars and lounges in the country.
I would say so, yes. Absolutely.
You know, I've been to ones in Vegas, Laguna Beach, Miami. The one in D.C. is not even on the same level as yours. So what y'all did, you walk in and you got a full bar.
Right.
I like that look and feel. You've also got some humidors downstairs. I mean, your big boy walk-in humidors on the second floor.
Right.
But I thought the bar's a nice touch and a good feel to walk into.
It really is. You know, we wanted to keep as much of the building character as we could. So the walls are the original wood for the walls. The location with the atrium, there is an open atrium above the bar, and we just wanted that bar in that location to take advantage of just the natural feel of the building. We didn't really want to change the feel and look and history of the building. So we kept as much of that original architecture as we could.
For our listeners, you can be on the second floor and you can look down and see the bar. So you can walk out of the walk-in humidor and you can see the bar because of the opening in the atrium. It's got a real cool feel.
It really
you
does.
Don't find that often. No. And you can smoke on the first floor, second floor, third, and of course outside. Let's talk about the beautiful walk-in humidor. That's one of the nicest in the country.
It is. It really is. Once again, it was the design. It was, and the features of the humidor fit the building really well. It's got that same warm, man cave feel that you want to have when you walk into a cigar store. You want that same feel in the humidor. There's a really great feature I'll mention that we left in that humidor that you have to check out when you come. That is, there is a private entrance from the humidor to the members lounge by a spiral staircase. That spiral staircase was there, and when we saw that, we're like, okay, we're not touching that thing. We're going to leave it there. We're going to incorporate it in our store, and we did. And it's a great feature, and it's really cool to have that private access into the members lounge.
John Higgins with Spring Street Cigars all over the state and in Tennessee, but we're talking about Spring Street Cigars in Jackson on I-55 North in the iconic Rogue Men's Store building. Where John is going, it's cool. So you walk in his humidor, and you see this unbelievable Zeno Davidoff. I mean, the Davidoff, humidor within the humidor is amazing. But to the left is the spiral staircase that has been there since the building was built. And you take that spiral staircase up and you walk straight into the members lounge, which is
that's really cool.
It's just got a cool feel there. Let's talk about Davidoff cigars.
Sure.
Not everybody carries Davidoff cigars. You do, and of course you do the Davidoff dinners. But talk about the quality and the fact that y'all can carry them in any of your stores and what that means.
Right. Davidoff is considered the premium cigar, the best cigar in the world. And I think that goes without saying. When you've smoked a Davidoff and you get to know that company, you'll agree that they are certainly exceptional from a cigar standpoint. They also have a unique relationship in terms of their retailers. They require a significant amount of effort to be allowed to sell their product. And once you're approved to sell their product, no one else in the region can sell them. So in the entire state of Mississippi, with the exception of one area on the coast, with the entire state of Mississippi, the only place that you can buy a Davidoff cigar is in a Spring Street cigar location. Yeah. And this just shows the culture that this company has and their attempt to have a unique relationship with their retailers.
Right.
And, they just don't want anybody carrying their product. So, yeah, if you want a Davidoff cigar in the city of Jackson, you have to come to Spring Street Cigars.
Which is a beautiful thing. Also in Starkville. Oxford. Your first store in Tupelo, which is where you're from.
That's correct.
And Kosciuszko, which y'all did that's a beautiful little store. The way y'all did that, that the vision to be able to create that was really cool. It's a nice draw for the town.
It really is. And I have some roots from around the Kosciuszko area, and we wanted to do that to help build up the downtown. And so we purchased a building built in 1895.
How about that, guys?
And up until we bought it, it was a law office. So we actually utilized the original law library bookshelves as our humidor. Yeah. And it is really insane. Yeah. It is probably my favorite store from the standpoint of the ability to keep something original that was there. And again, until we changed it into a cigar store and lounge, it was a law office for all those years. It was really interesting. I tell the story because it's kind of fun. When we were doing our remodel, and again, we took it back to original. We literally took it back to the way it was. We found a picture during our remodel of the store in 1905. And the store today looks just like it does in 1905. And the lawyers that were sitting in there were smoking cigars.
That's cool.
That is about as cool as you can get right there.
1905. Right. Unbelievable. Spring Street Cigars all over the state of Mississippi. We mentioned Jackson. The original store is Tupelo. You've got them in all three college towns, Starkville, Oxford, Hattiesburg. We just mentioned Kosciuszko. John and his team opened one in Meridian. It's really cool. It's right off I-20, easy to get to. And then the one in Hattiesburg is also downtown. It's got a lot of character. It's 2 stories. I've been able to interview Rocky Patel, Charles Huff, and Michael Herkulotz at that store. Teddy B runs it, a good friend of mine, one of John's awesome teammates, and that's a beautiful shop too.
It really was. We, I'd have to say, and this goes to all the locations and all the cities. I can't say enough about how large of a support system that we've gotten from the community and the city in general. In many cases, there was no smoking when we would go to that location. Kosciuszko is a perfect example.
Right.
There was no smoking in the city. The city welcomed us in and changed their ordinances to allow us to smoke. Hattiesburg has always had smoking inside, but we wanted to be outside of the city. They wanted us downtown. We agreed. We wanted to support the downtown revitalization of all of these small towns.
Sure.
So we go downtown if at all possible. The city was amazing. They helped us find a building. We found an extremely old building that had significant need of repair, and we did a great deal of work to rebuild that. All of our stores have something unique in it. Whether you go to the Jackson store that you talked about with the beautiful 3-story, the rooftop, the bars, You go to Starkville, we have a brewery inside. We have a microbrewery inside the store. If you go to Hattiesburg, we have a baby grand piano in our store, which is extremely cool. And it's an amazing location.
Rocky Patel, who's, again, one of the legends in the cigar industry, and John and Rocky are close in that team, and they do a great job with cigars. Rocky Patel walked in and saw the piano and was like, wow, it's got a cool factor.
It is.
It's got a wow factor.
Cool. And you know, that you want to do something that makes it a destination. You know,
right.
We are not, our population in the state of Mississippi is not large. So you have to have something that makes you a destination, whether it's a really nice, comfortable lounge to smoke a cigar in, or whether you have a bar, whether you have a microbrewery, or whether you have a baby grand, or whether you have the other features that you're going to go to in the stores. Everything needs to be a little unique. Jackson, Tennessee, we have a comedy club in our basement, which is extremely cool. Our basement, which is a speakeasy, is also a comedy club.
Yeah.
And we host comedians there, and we do live music nights down in our speakeasy in the basement. So all locations are a little different. It's that destination factor.
And with Spring Street Cigars, you can smoke. All of them have a lounge because that's the whole deal for John and his team.
That's great.
They're not going to go in and do it unless you can grab your cigar and smoke it there.
That's correct.
And it's all about the camaraderie and the cigar community. I mean, I talk about it on the show. My cigar family that I've cultivated over the years, and it's just been awesome. I mean, I've met so many amazing people through just sitting down at Spring Street Cigars or when I'm traveling and smoking a cigar, because you start to talk about life and what they do and what you do and so on.
It really is. And when I travel, I mean, you're a cigar smoker, I am too, obviously, but when we travel and we look for something to do in the evening, I'm going to look for a cigar lounge.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to find something that's comfortable that I can sit down and do exactly what you just said. Go in, sit down, light up a cigar, and relax. And that's kind of what people are looking for, that experience. And we try to provide that in all the stores. Some stores are larger than others,
sure.
but in all stores, you're going to have that same feel, that same family attitude, that you're there, you're going to be treated like family, you're going to be welcomed, and you're going to be very, very comfortable just to sit there and talk to someone or not. It's up to you. And we provide all of those locations when you go into one of our stores. You can be private. You can just watch some TV.
Sure.
You can pick up a conversation at the bar with somebody. In all cases, it's about the experience that you're kind of trying to get.
So they have I can't list them all, but Davidoff Cigars, Liga Privadas, Rocky Patel's, Fuentes, you name it, they've got it. They've got unbelievable selections at all their stores. So, for example, this weekend, if you're going to the Ole Miss Mississippi State game in Starkville, and Mississippi State is hosting all their basketball alumni this weekend, all the Final Four team, all those Rick Stansberry NCAA tournament teams, Shane Power, Timmy Bowers, Mario Austin, Daryl Wilson. So if you're up there and you're up there with some buddies, dive in, take an hour and a half, and get you a cigar and a beer and enjoy yourself. Now the Starkville Spring Street Cigars is exposed brick, absolutely beautiful hardwood floors. The beams, the super high ceilings, it's 2 floors, and they're about to have a full bar there, but they've got 2 bars in it right now, and they do serve beer. They've also got a private lounge and a wraparound balcony where you can see all the way down Main Street. So that's one of the Spring Street Jackson is another level, but that's one of the prettiest cigar bars and lounges in the country too.
Yeah, I'll have to, again, number of things about that location. Number one is in Starkville, which is dear to my heart, as you know.
Sure.
And 2 are right downtown on Main Street. We're between the courthouse and City Hall.
Yeah.
It's easy to find us in the original Mugshots building.
Right.
And we, excuse me, originally when we started, there was no smoking in the city of Starkville anywhere. And we started working with Mayor Spurl and the city council on what we wanted to try to do to that building. And because we, again, respected what that building needed, the city agreed to let us smoke inside and put our microbrewery in there. And because of that, We have a beautiful location, again, 2 stories. And we kept as much of the original building as possible. The original neon, for instance, on the outside of the building is original to the building. The original mugshot sign, we actually just took the sign and put our logo over their sign. Right. We just wanted to keep it original. We didn't want to change it because it is a really incredible location. Again, very much the prominent feature in downtown Starkville.
Yeah. John Higgins, Spring Street Cigars all around the state of Mississippi, including 2 in DeSoto County?
Just 1 in DeSoto.
South Haven?
Olive Branch.
Olive Branch.
On Goodman Road.
On Goodman Road. Yeah. I was there a couple of months ago. John Higgins joining us on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Great place this weekend, NFL playoffs. Spring Street Cigars in Jackson or any of them around the state. Let's go to the one in Oxford.
Sure.
It's right there off the square. It's an unbelievable location. What I like is you've got the front area outside that you can smoke, which is really cool. We did that after the Davidoff dinner, Garrett and I and some other dude. And then you've got the back part where you can also smoke a cigar. Todd Wade and I have hit that many a time. So that's another really pretty store and unique.
It really is. It's a standalone location. It's, again, right off the square. It's on South Lamar. So, again, if you're coming into the square, you're coming by our store.
Right.
And now I'll mention this. This is a really fun thing that's going on with certainly Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Is we now have specific branded Ole Miss cigars and branded Mississippi State cigars. So now for every home game, we actually put up a huge Ole Miss tent right in front of our store, and you can get you a branded Ole Miss logo, Ole Miss approved, Ole Miss licensed cigar as you're walking to the Grove or wherever you're going to go for the day. That's turned out to be a really fun process. The other thing
they're good. They're Honduran. These are premium cigars.
Absolutely, they're done by a small company out of Louisiana called Bocock Brothers, and now they're licensing a number of locations, whether it's LSU or Mississippi State. We now have a Dak Prescott cigar, if you're coming to Starkville, get you a Dak Prescott cigar.
That's a good-looking box and a good-looking wrapper too.
It really is, and it's a good. And again, they have quality cigars as well. And you can have the wow factor of just the box or the product, but you really want people to come back and smoke that. So you want that cigar to be really good. But yeah, we enjoy the game day in Ole Miss, and we will continue to do that. Put up tents. And interesting this year, you'll love this. So taken off of the challenges at the College World Series of the Jell-O shots, we did a cigar challenge, and we actually had two tents, one LSU, one Ole Miss, and we had a competition between the two to see who would buy them. It was really amazing how many people kind of embraced that.
Yeah.
Whether it was obviously Ole Miss fans or LSU fans. And we'll do that again this year because LSU's visiting us again this year.
Yeah.
Should be an interesting weekend. But
y'all are going to do a lot of business on September 19th and even 18th on Friday. But you're right. Can you imagine Spring Street Cigars doing a battle again, Ole Miss, LSU, and now Lanes at LSU?
Oh,
it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. It really is. But we enjoy that. The Oxford location is amazing. We do now have a full bar in Oxford, Mississippi.
Nice.
It's kind of cool. We have 2. We have it small inside because this is a really small building.
Right.
But we built an inside bar, but we also built an outside bar. So if you go back around on that back deck that you're talking about, which is about 1,500 square feet, there's an outside bar there. Yeah. We call it a tiki bar. And
it's cool.
And you can just kind of roll up the doors, and you've got a full bar in Oxford, Mississippi, which is kind of cool.
Spring Street Cigars in Oxford, Starkville, and Hattiesburg. And, of course, the one y'all opened. When did you open the one in Jackson, John? Last May?
Mississippi?
Yeah.
We've been open about since May, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful cigar bars and lounges. Check out, as you're traveling around the state, DeSoto County, Tupelo, Oxford, Starkville, Kosciuszko, Meridian, Jackson, and Hattiesburg. And then, of course, Jackson, Tennessee. Great places. And beautiful humidors and so on. You said Tupelo will be getting full bar?
Yeah, they're under the remodel right now.
Okay.
We're remodeling the location as we speak. We're going to be remodeling all of downstairs and then upstairs as well. We have a beautiful alleyway, so we're going to be doing some new furniture, new lighting. We totally rebuilt the bar location, so we'll be doing that. We'll be opening that or doing a grand reopening around the March timeframe. And we will obviously announce it on social media.
Sure.
And we'll have a principal there, an owner from one of the companies, and again, that's been our flagship location forever.
Sure.
And it's still such a great cigar community there. We really wanted to give it some additional love. We had been building so fast. We wanted to go back and give that location some love.
February 26th?
February 26th, Premium Cigar Association.
Okay. Spring Street Cigars in Jackson. They're throwing a big party.
Big one.
February 26th. Santiago Arroyo will be there.
Yes.
CLE Cigars, the Arroyo family are rock. They're like Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes of cigars, among many other manufacturers and cigar makers.
Yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to host Premium Cigar Association, which is a trade association that represents premium cigar retailers. So these are the individuals who are going to support us when we want to get smoking regulations changed. They're the ones that work with the Federal Trade Commission in terms of things like tariffs and import rights and allowing us to continue to enjoy a premium cigar and not get us mixed up with the other smoking things that you can get.
Right.
We do not want to be confused with things like cigarettes and vaping. We are premium cigars. The Premium Cigar Association, their board is going to be coming to Jackson, Mississippi. I'm a member of the board, by the way.
Good.
But this is the first time they've ever come to the state of Mississippi. And so we'll be hosting them at our Jackson location. It'll be really good. We're going to be, having an event with CLE, as you mentioned, Elijah Craig, local musician Scott Johnson, who's amazing.
He's fantastic.
He is an awesome guy. He does a lot of work with us. He will be there. We're just going to have fun. We're going to have some local politicians come and as well as some state and probably a couple of federal guys will probably be here.
February 26th, that's a Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it a good bit over the next month, but it's going to be a great party. And the fact that Santiago Arroyo is there, among other cigar dignitaries, is because John had Rocky Patel open up his shop in Starkville. Not many cigar shops and lounges have that. Okay. And then Rocky went to Hattiesburg, and then Michael Herculots he just has guys coming through left and right. It was good to see you, my man. Congratulations on all the success to your team and for giving us some high-quality cigar bars and lounges with Spring Street Cigars.
Right. One last thing.
Yeah.
Coming in 2026, Pearl, Mississippi is getting a Spring Street Cigars.
Bam, right by the stadium and Bass Pro.
Yep.
Spring Street Cigars going to Pearl. All right, Spring Street Cigars in Jackson for college basketball and the NFL playoffs. Have a great day, and we'll be live from Starkville tomorrow.